I'm looking to add additional level of security from the garage to inside the house. I'm always looking to upgrade the security of my home, introducing the WELock 5-in-1 Smart Deadbolt Lock. So included inside the box, you have an instructions manual, 2 of these stickers to cover up the door holes, 2 manual keys, 3 of these RFID keys. The other side is the QR code. And here is a beautiful lock. Wow. Can't wait to see how it looks when it's fully assembled. I'm already digging it. And you're going to have all of the parts that's needed to open up the lock and also for the installation. So you guys are probably wondering now, what makes this a smart lock? There are 5 ways to open this lock. 1 is the passcode, using the keypad, mechanical key, the RFID keys, using a smartphone app, or a temporary E-key. Alright, I'm going to open the compartment. If you don't have fingernails, you can use this is what I call a guitar pick to open up. And what it reveals is the way to use the mechanical key, and also for the USB backup charge if it's out of battery. And to install a battery, you simply lift it up on the bottom compartment. Okay, so it requires 4 AAA batteries, which isn't provided. So make sure you line it up according to the diagram. Like that. Okay. See, it's already sounding. Go ahead and pop that in here. Alright, now I can get to the installation process. In any event you have to reset it, simply use this pin and press into this hole for the reset. So removing the old deadbolt lock is very easy. You just simply tighten these 2 screws and just pull it apart like this. And this mechanism, you simply use a flathead screwdriver to pry it loose, and there you have it. Alright, so here is how you would lengthen it in case you want to use a 2 3/4 and then 2 3/8. Now my old lock uses a 2 3/8. I confirmed it. But if you were to lengthen it, simply pull it out, rotate it, and it locks in place. But for mine, I'm going to stick with the shortened length, this facing up. So you just insert into the hole. And then use these screws to tighten it. You might have to use a drill. Okay, so this next step is important. Before you apply the sticker, you want to insert it and see if there's any gap. Because if there's any gap, like for example, you see how the right might be a little gap right there? You want to place the sticker accordingly so it blocks out the gap. Alright, so I probably want it a little bit towards the left. It's like the sticker hole is slightly smaller than a typical door opening. I think it looks pretty good. I'm gonna line up the rear handle and then tighten it with screws. I'm pretty sure they're the long ones. You can use their hardware, but I decided to stick with the old one to save some time. So let's make sure this works. Lock it. See, and it fits. It's not obstructing. I'm reinserting the batteries. Make sure you pay close attention to the diagram that shows you which one is inside. So you have 2 negative inwards, 2 positive inwards. Okay. Because if you don't get it right, it's going to say low battery. Alright, don't forget the screws to hold it in place, otherwise it'll pop out. Okay, let's power this on. Here you see the battery indicator. It shows the name, the date, and the time. It looks like this needs updating, so let's go ahead and download the app. To download the app, we'll simply scan the QR code, and the app is called. So I found out instead of scanning the QR code, it's just simply easier to just go search for the app. It's called WELock, and just install it. Otherwise, it's going to take you to a web page. You're going to download it. Okay, so here's the app. Enter information, select your country, enter your phone number, create a password. So I'll enter my email. It's going to send you a code to the email, and then you're just going to enter it to log in. Okay, once you're logged in, you're going to add. I'm going to say add WELock. It wants to scan the QR code with his camera. So you're going to allow. Whoops. Okay. So a lock ID can be found in the packing box or on the back of the lock. So enter that. Don't forget to bind the lock. I just binded the lock and we're good to go. So in the event you encounter any connection issues with the app, make sure the app permission with the location is enabled for the device. It looks like I accidentally denied it. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. Okay, now that I have location enabled, see, I no longer get that message where it says you need a GPS location turned on. Now I have my app finally working. I even renamed it to Garage. Here is where you can take a look at the history log of the timestamp of what logged on. So here is where it started, correct timing. See the date and time. All right. Now, this is just for the authorization management. And here is where you can add a password. You can change it from increments of time to allow when it can be effective. Okay, minutes, hour, and day. So then for time. And here is the passwords, I think. And this is temporary password that you can add. And this is where you would modify the PIN. And this is, you can set the validity for the card, start end time, whoops, and then you can even delete and manage the cards, add users. And this one is to, I think it's to enable location, refresh. Along with different functions, you can even click all the locks at one time, and they even have a help if you're going to ask questions. So I'm not going into the directions of changing a password or the passcode or the admin, but you have all the instructions right here. It's pretty clear. You can modify the master code, modify the admin code, modify the passcode, delete it, whole bunch of settings. So we reference the manual. Alright, I'm ready to test it out. So you can enter the passcode to lock it. Simply press the lock and then your 6-digit passcode. Hit the lock button. See? Okay, so it's locked right now. So after a while, it's going to self-rotate. That means it's locked. So first, I'm going to start out with using a passcode. You simply press lock and then your 6-digit code. And then press the lock again. And then it's going to say unlocked and turn handle. The second is the old school method, is using a mechanical key. You simply open this using the guitar pick tool or simply using a fingernail. Insert in here. See? Old school way. And here's one of my personal favorites, is using RFID card. Simply hit the unlock key and put the RFID card near it. It says unlocked, turn handle. That's fun. Now here's a very fun way of using the app to lock it and unlock it. So let's say I'm leaving home, I want to lock it. Okay, so I'm gonna connect to the device. It's going to turn blue. Okay, that way I can lock it. All right, and you'll get a notification warning. See, now it's free to spin. So let's say if I just came home, now I want to lock it, I need to use the restroom. Hit the unlock button, connect success. That's going to turn blue. It's going to say unlock successfully. Turn the knob, you get a notification, and it all goes in the log. Isn't that super fun? And don't forget, you also have the temporary e-key, which you can send to your friend or family. Oh, by the way, do you know the smart lock is built with a small rechargeable battery? So let's say if your AAA batteries are running low and you worry about, I can't open the door anymore. Of course, you have the mechanical keys to open it, or you can simply power with a power bank with a micro USB connection. That way you can open your door. It's a piece of cake. So what's my final analysis of the WELock 5-in-1 Smart Deadbolt Lock? It's a very useful lock if you have rental properties like Airbnb, or if you have apartment or condo that you maintain. Having the different lock and unlock features makes it a lot more easy. If let's say you have visitors coming, you're on vacation, you can send them a temporary e-code to gain access. And it also makes it more fun and easy to open your door. And let's say you forget your key, then you don't want to carry a key, especially if you are a jogger. You don't want to carry heavy keys around. You can simply open it with the code. But I do have some suggestions. I suggest this part right here should be made of steel, because right now I think it's like plastic. Because of the plastic part, it could compromise security, especially if you're using an exterior location. So it's probably best to put that in the interior rooms of a office building or your house. But overall, the build quality and the technology is pretty good. So whether you are a home builder or a home renter and you're looking for a smart deadbolt lock to provide easy access to rooms or inside your house, definitely give the WELock 5-in-1 Smart Deadbolt Lock a look.